afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Liquid Kenobi. And before we get started, I would like for you guys to please hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel. Would appreciate that very, very much. All right, let's get into this. Oh man. With the Odyssey's victory and victorious of making money and everything, this can't comes out right now. Hollywood media declares go woke, go broke, dead after the Odyssey opens big. So yes, ever since what happened in 2020, with all the woke DEI ideology, political nonsense has been going into entertainment, which is not just movies, on television shows, on video games, on comic books and book novels. Christopher Nolan, who is one of the best directors out there, one of the best, has proven that a movie like this, with all the criticism, with all the race swaps, with all the bringing in a transgender into this movie, he proved it, and it could be a success. And normies, Christopher Nolan fans just went in it, just went and fell for it. And loved it. Now me, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I went with a decent review. There are some good things and there are some bad things about it. Part of me wants to go lower, but I just want to leave it leveled up evenly. Boy, man, I mean, after Lupita Nyong'o disrespected Homer and the Greeks, especially Christopher Nolan doing the same, they just went into ruin, man. Now, last night's Tuesday Night Main Event, the Geeks and Gamers, they've had a big discussion about it. You had Beardo, Epic Mike, D-Day Cobra, Blaine, Phil Chen, Kata, Benology. They had a full discussion, almost 2-hour full discussion about the Odyssey, of what they liked about it, what they didn't like about it, the controversies, everything. And yes, you're going to find all this nonsense in there. You're going to find Christians with this, full of Christians. You're going to find woke nonsense. You're going to find DEI takes, all of that. You're going to find that in this movie. You will find it in there. But there are people that are just going to ignore it and don't care about all that. They're just going to go watch it and they just say they're going to love it. You know? But like I said, right there it proves it. You guys just gave Nolan what he wanted. You gave Hollywood what they wanted right there. So let's take a bit of a read in this article and then I'll give you 2 more articles of what has been going on. Because let me tell you, this last article is going to be huge. And Geeks and Gamers, the Tuesday Night Main Event, has talked about it. And I have somebody that I know that sent me something from discussing film about what is going to happen, especially due to Elon Musk. So let's take a look right here. The success of the Odyssey has emboldened the Hollywood media to claim the go woke, go broke concept is dead. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey is off to a spectacular start at the box office. The film earned an estimated $264 million, which right now it has $272 million so far at the most, I believe. Let me check. I'm going to check to be sure 100% right now. Let me check 100%. Yeah, I'm going right now. Hold up. Here we go. Odyssey. No, it has $282 million right now as of Monday. As of Monday right now, it made $282 million. Right now, the gross Friday's big opening, which started on Wednesday to Friday, it got a total of $50 million. And then, of course, on Saturday and Sunday and Monday, it went down from $41 million all the way down to $18 million up to Monday. But internationally, it made $140 million. Domestically, it made a total of $142 million total, which gave it up to 282 million. So I tell you right now, man, it's doing great. For the box office, it's doing great. It's doing fantastic. But, of course, again, normies and Christopher Nolan fans went to go see this movie and they loved it. So right now, hey, it's like I said, I gave it a decent review. If you guys loved it, if you guys liked it, I ain't going to hate on you and everything. But I will say this. You just gave Hollywood what they wanted. You gave Hollywood what they wanted. A victory against the go woke, go broke concept. So right now you got 3 publications and 1 narrative. Vanity Fair argued that the Odyssey breaks the go woke, go broke myth. The Slate declared that anti-woke critics had effectively lost the war by betting against Christopher Nolan, which, let me tell you, people did go against Christopher Nolan. I kind of did. But I kind of figured that this will make money because Christopher Nolan, he has a way of getting movies to be good. He has a way of doing that. He does have a way of doing it. He does have a way of making it successful. I mean, look at Oppenheimer. Look at the Batman trilogy. Prestige. Interstellar. And let me tell you, this is the biggest that has made in the weekend. It made more than The Dark Knight. It made more than Inception, Interstellar, even Oppenheimer itself, I believe. And let me tell you, man, I mean, this is a guy that knows how to make money. This is how you got a guy that knows how to do it. And then, of course, the celebrity of the film's opening weekend as proof that criticism surrounding Elliot Page and Lupita Nyong'o's and the film's casting choices have been decisively rejected by audiences. 3 different publications, 3 different audiences, nearly identical conclusions. Their shared premise is straightforward because of the Odyssey succeeded. The broader debate over whether political messaging or controversial creative decisions can affect the box office performance has been settled. That conclusion simply doesn't follow. So, ironically, the articles themselves spend considerable time explaining why Christopher Nolan is unlike virtually anyone else in Hollywood. Slate particularly builds the counter-argument on its own, pointing out Nolan's extraordinary commercial track record since 2008, and nearly every film has directed has become a global event. The Dark Knight, Inception, Interstellar, Deep Dunkirk, and Oppenheimer. See? Those movies right there made money in the opening weekend. I'm telling you, this is a guy that knows how to make money. This is a guy that knows how to get people in the seats. It's like I said, Christopher Nolan's one of the best directors out there that could do this. But to me, he was the wrong choice to doing this movie. But like I said, this is Christopher Nolan fans and normies that just gave Hollywood what they wanted. You know? So, I mean, yeah. What a huge victory for Hollywood. This was a huge victory for Hollywood. And let me tell you, man, look, a lot of us challenged him. A lot of us debated against this, and this is what happens when you do. Don't ever try to challenge Christopher Nolan, man. Because he will put it right in your face. He just proved it. That with all the nonsense, all the controversy, and the changes that he's made in this movie, which I did not like, has made it into a success. You have it. Then we have this. Feminist. The Odyssey translator, Emily Wilson, blasts Christopher Nolan's modern adaptation. So even her, which Christopher Nolan, he went by Emily Wilson's translation of the Odyssey, she is against him on what he has done to this movie. But hey, he went with your translation. He could have went with Robert Fitzgerald's take. He could have went with Amana Santi's take on the Odyssey or Ulysses' take. He could have done that. Because I missed it. Odysseus being a smart son of a gun who outwits the Cyclops, who goes off against Circe. I missed that. I missed that. But, like I said, man, I mean, there you have it. So, Christopher Nolan's Odyssey continues to spark debate, but one of the film's most surprising critics may be Emily Wilson, the very scholar whose feminist translation of the original poem reportedly helped inspire it. Way to go, Emily. Emily Wilson, whose 2017 English translation of Homer's The Odyssey was widely reported to have influenced Nolan's adaptation, offered a pointed critique of the blockbuster during the recent discussion of the film. Rather than praising Nolan's interpretation, Wilson argued that the director fundamentally changes Odysseus by replacing the Homeric pursuit of glory with a modern psychological struggle centered on the shame. And yes, this is what it felt like, because Odysseus, when he got into Troy with the Trojan horse, opened the gates for Agamemnon and his troops to get into Troy. He saw himself walking around, seeing what has been happening. He didn't do that much fighting. He saw what was happening and what he's done. And then, just right when one of the soldiers was getting ready to chop up Athena's head, the statue, the girl, Zendaya, was there, was grabbed, taken to Odysseus. Soldier, chopped up the head. And now, Zendaya, who plays Athena, has shown herself as a form of the girl that got killed in front of Odysseus, and now is using that as a therapist session. Now, like I said, when you watch this movie, you're going to see that it is not what you think. Now, me, I would rather put it like this. The gods, they come in different forms. They come in different forms. And you don't know who they are. Whether you're a man, whether you're a female, or whether it's a certain species or whatever. But, so Athena came to Odysseus as the child. The therapeutic child. Who his soldiers killed in front of him. You know, and so like I said, I mean, that's it. So let's look at this video on when this woman was interviewing Emily about the take of Odysseus. Here we go.
What did you think about the film in terms of this notion of the Odyssey as an anti-war text?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I thought it... I want to, not spoil anything about the film because I know the majority of people haven't seen the film. The film has these flashbacks to the Trojan War. I'm not sure if I see it as an entirely anti-war film, but it certainly presents us with an Odysseus who feels very bad about certain things that he's done in war and is struggling to process them in a very, I would say, very modern psychiatrized way. And he's struggling to process them and needs drugs to do so for help with his recovery.
Right.
And he seems to feel bad about being a warrior and we never actually get to see him doing much warrioring, which I thought in a way was a bit of a shame. I mean, we do get to see the boat, which is lovely, but I think in some ways...
To me, the best part of the Odyssey movie was the final part of the movie. When he returned to Ithaca. That was the best part. That was the best part of the movie, to be honest. Going to Troy and the journey to get home, I was mid on it. But like I said, the best part was him returning to Ithaca. That was the best part of the movie. But like I said, like what she just said it. There's not much fighting from Odysseus.
I mean, I was realizing, thinking about the film, there's a tolerance for ambiguity in the world of the Odyssey, which I don't think there exactly is in the world of Hollywood blockbuster action films.
Right.
And I think that's one of the big challenges for Nolan, right?
Yeah.
Is that he has to make the protagonist a likable all-American hero.
Right.
Which is a real challenge if you're basing this on a poem where the hero is not necessarily motivated by romantic love or being a nice suburban parent, but actually he wants glory, and he wants to get spoils from the sack of a city, which is, you'll see what Nolan does with all of that, but it's different things from what Homer does.
Right.
I kept looking in vain for a sense that this was a film about glory. I think it's a film that has some interest in shame, but I don't think it has any interest in glory.
I was going to ask you sort of if there were any scenes from the...
It cuts off right here when she's trying to talk. But anyways, look. He went with her take. And she didn't even like what he did. But this is what happens when you tend to change some things. When you change the characters. When you go diverse. But like I said, people didn't care. Nobody cared about the diversity. Nobody cared about the Greek culture. Nobody cared. All they cared about Christopher Nolan. That's all they cared about. Look, I like Christopher Nolan's movies. I liked it, the Batman trilogy. I liked it, Inception. I liked it, The Prestige. You know? I liked it, his movies. But it's just that this one did not really get me to enjoy it. I was decent enough. I liked it. There were some good scenes. There were some good things in the movie. And there were some bad things in the movie, man. And most of the time, I got bored. I mean, damn, man. I really wish that... This is why I wish Hollywood, for one time, that they would stay true to the source. Respect the culture. This is a over 3,000-year-old story. You know? People grew up reading these books. People grew up watching these movies. You know? Now, yes, in the first movie, in Ulysses, he doesn't really talk to Athena. He really doesn't talk to Zeus, but he mentions Zeus. He mentions Athena, you know. He had the statue of Neptune, and the people warned him about not disrespecting the god Poseidon, but Odysseus didn't care. He said, "Oh, don't worry, it's just a storm. Who cares?" You know, and they threw Neptune into the water. And of course, the Cyclops didn't care about Zeus's laws. So so Odysseus blinded him and mocked him and mocked Poseidon, which Poseidon made it worse by taking him to Circe, who has the ability to transform people into animals. And then, of course, they had to go through the sirens. They had to go through the whirlpool. The tentacle creatures. And then, of course, it got trapped by Calypso. And then, of course, made its way back to Ithaca and saw what was happening to his kingdom. But I miss him being an ass. But that is what he should have been. I liked it, Matt Damon's take on it, but it just, I wish he was more aggressive. You know? Now I will share these articles in my description so you guys can read the full story of it. But here is one final piece that we're going to go look at right now. Now, this was announced and people have talked about it. People have talked about it. And let me tell you, this could be either good or scary. Elon Musk promises AI Odyssey movie this year, says I'm down to fund Mel Gibson's 100 million version. Now, the Geeks and Gamers, they talked about that Mel Gibson would have been the perfect choice. Or Guillermo del Toro. Or, who was the other guy they talked to? James Cameron, maybe, perhaps? Or, I don't know. Somebody else that would have taken the Odyssey. Man, I would have been fun with Mel Gibson. But Elon Musk promises that this Grok AI could do it. So I'm going to show you a video that Grok put out of this. Heavy Pope put this out there. And let me tell you, this indeed looks scary. But it looks good at the same time.
Amen. I must go.
The sea will take you from me.
I will return. I left my one love. An oath called me. Troy. Troy fell. We killed everything. The sea took my ships, my men. 9 days adrift. Now, here I am. Stranded. With something eternal. She never ages. Neither do I here. And still I dream of home. Gods, let me go. Send him home!
Odysseus. Odysseus. "7 years I have kept you here. Weep no more, I am letting you go. Build your raft. Be free."
Let me tell you, man, I mean, this Grok AI is pretty good. Now, I do have Grok myself that I get to help do my titles and everything else. But this, it's good. I like it. It's good. But AI can be dangerous at the same time. It's like I said, and I've said this before, in good hands, AI can be good. But in the wrong hands, it can be done for evil purposes. You know. But this, the way that they have put this out, it could be good. It could be scary. And let me tell you, I would like to watch this to see how this plays out. That we see the gods, the monsters, all of that. Now in on Amanasandi's Odyssey, we saw that. We saw some of the gods that came down to help Odysseus. We saw the creatures, of course, that you will see in the movie. You will see that in the movie. But they made the movie so modern, dude. And I did not like the dialogue that they put in there. I just did not like that take. But like I said, for people that are normies, they will like the movie. For people that are Christopher Nolan fans, they'll like the movie. But for people that remembers the story of the Odyssey, that grew up with the books, that watched the movies, will be having mixed thoughts on it. You know, I tell you, man, this is pretty bad. Now, let me see if I can look at this about Mel Gibson. Yeah, I tell you. So right now, John Carter in Twitter posts this out there, and it says here, I want Elon Musk to give Mel Gibson $100 million to film an Odyssey adaptation with painstakingly historically accurate ships, armor, weapons, and cast it with all dialogue taken straight from the original poem and delivered in Homeric Greek. And Elon Musk says, I'm down for it. I would like to see Mel Gibson do it. I would like to see this happen. But like I said, man, it may be too late for this to happen, but who knows? Who knows what will happen with this? Because now, as you can see, already, it probably already might have gave Hollywood the big step into giving people what they don't want. But hey, I'm happy for Nolan that he made his movie successful. I'm happy for that. But I'm not happy at the same time of what he has done to this story. But, like I said, if you guys go watch it and if you like it, I will not hate you. I will not hate you for enjoying the movie. But I just want you to understand of what you gave Hollywood. That's all I want you to understand. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I do appreciate if you guys do me one little favor is to please share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts. I will have these 3 articles in the description below, and trust me, you will find that link to that video that I showed you about the Grok AI so that you can see it for yourselves. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for being part of the channel, and I hope to see you guys until next time. Bye, everyone.